Hello, hello. It is Christian Olson with Berkshire Hathaway and the Frank Oliver Company team with two Baltimorons with
Andrea, Soto. Hey guys, what's up?
what up, what up? Okay, before we get into a couple of things here about the home buying process, eliminating stress, I want to talk to you guys about our new home buyer event coming up here February 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. brunch style. Be there or be square, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what they say.
They do say that. They do say that. Someone out there says
and
that.
they say buy a home with a team and an agent that you trust. We'll dive into that here in a second. Another thing I want to talk about is a fun game that I've been playing with people.
Oh.
We talked about it after the podcast, kind of briefly, me, Liv, and Mike. But if they created a time machine and you could go back in time, what would you do? There's two rules, though.
Okay. Is this the game that you guys played at the Wedding Expo?
No,
different game.
I don't.
We just play games around here.
The Wedding Expo.
What was
the business cards?
Business
Oh, yeah. That was like some
okay.
Impractical Jokers kind of stuff, like
Now I'm-
sneaking
now
them
I'm
into people's
intrigued.
bag.
Okay.
So here's the rules.
Rules.
You can't be a hero, so you can't be like, I'll stop COVID or like 9/11. You can't say
Went
you'll be a
deep
hero.
real quick.
It's about like having fun, like
Okay,
this going
okay.
back in time.
Okay.
And then you also can't say like I'll invest millions of dollars into Apple immediately, or even like whatever.
So it can't be based on money, pretty much, or abilities.
Yeah, and to like
supernatural abilities.
and to like save. Don't take it the wrong way, but you can't like save a lot of people. Like, don't be a hero. All right, like just like what are you gonna go back in time and do that's enjoyable to you, or like that you think would be fun.
Okay, so it can be like a moment in time where you want to live again, or something that you would change,
or you want to experience. Yeah. No, you don't have to change anything. It's just like you want to experience it.
Okay. I would go back to a Christmas that I had with my family, that we pretty much rented out. What?
I don't mean to laugh. My answer is totally like not even close to something like that.
No, I mean, like I think to the core, like I'm very family oriented and I care a lot about my family. Like everything that I do to better my future is to, better their future, and vice versa.
Okay.
So
well,
yours is probably very selfish.
It's not selfish, but it's just not that.
But anyways, it's pretty much a time where we rented out our family restaurant, Lapa Lapa, so we closed it down early. And we had all of our cousins, like all of our aunts and uncles, and we got together and we literally partied till like 4 a.m.
Oh, that's fun.
And all the kids were like asleep in the chairs, like kind of like your classic like Mexican holiday party.
Did you already experience this?
Yes.
Oh,
I would experience it again. I would do anything to experience that again.
That's fair. It's more. Maybe I gotta add a third rule that you haven't experienced it yet.
Oh, that I haven't experienced it?
Yeah. Liv, you're up.
Oh, I don't have one. It's on you, Christian.
Okay, well.
It's all yours. After
I don't have.
Talked about she loves her family.
Yeah, no. I'm like yours is up here. It's like very like warm and like loving and what have you. And I'm about to say some shit, and people are like, God damn. I talked about this with John, and I said I would go see Daft Punk.
Okay, is that a band?
Oh my God, there's no. Can we end this? Can we just cut?
I'm sorry, I do horrible with names. Like, I mean, is there a song that I would know by them?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so
Around the world.
Harder, better, faster, stronger, and it's like Kanye has like a sample of that in his song Stronger.
Yeah.
So that
I was about to say, are you rapping Kanye West right now?
That was canceled.
I'm sorry. I know that most popular songs are sampled from really old tracks. So
it's not super old.
Okay, well,
Daft Punk
older
is like,
tracks.
And I would say, that'd be like early 2000s maybe.
I'm sorry,
maybe
I'm uncultured.
And they're like, electronic, like house music. They're the people that wear the robot helmets and shit.
Robot, like mouse.
You know the song "Get Lucky." You know the song "Starboy" by The Weeknd. Daft Punk is like featuring. They make.
I don't know that. The more you know.
Jesus
I'm sorry, I'm
Christ.
uncultured.
It's
completely my fault. I don't watch enough anything. Actually,
these people.
I'm not really on my phone.
Sorry, I have to use two hands because my caffeine shakes. So these people, you've never seen them?
I feel like I saw them like when I was really young.
Okay. Well, you know. All right, on to home buying stresses. How can
Sorry.
we eliminate that? We'll have another game for this. We'll talk to Mike next week and see what
Okay.
his is.
Okay, we'll do it again next week.
Yeah,
It'll
work
be
on your
something
answer.
that yeah. Okay,
Do
I'm
I
sorry.
need to work on
yeah,
mine?
well, no, yours is fine. Well, I didn't know that I couldn't experience it yet.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't add that to the rule book. So
Yeah.
we'll have take 2 next week.
Yeah, take 2.
Eliminating home buying stresses. Andrea, what would you say is the biggest stress in home buying? Or what do you think people think that is?
I think the biggest stress would probably be financing. I think there's a lot of like unknown that people kind of assume, or they, think they know, or kind of, like to believe in the worst that they hear or see on social media. So, I think being optimistic and just like understanding your position in the market and what you have available to you out of the tools that you have in front of you, and really evaluating those and optimizing them and working on them, because everybody is different. Everyone's finances are different, everyone's debt's different, everyone's position is different.
I feel like I could sum up what I think would be a big fear or something that would add stress to is not having a team, whether it be your agent, lender, title company, that's going to dedicate the time to understand what you want, what you need. What are your thoughts and questions about the home buying process? Because you don't have people that aren't going to take the time to help you understand what's going on. I feel like it's just going to be a mess. Like you're running a maze and you have no idea where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different parts of buying a home that you don't even realize how many people that you need behind you to support you. And I think, like you said, like having an agent and a team overall, when I first start talking to someone, I always explain the process as like you're picking out, your football team, your soccer team, like these are players that are going to be on your team throughout the entire thing.
I like that.
So choosing them individually, is just
It's
as
like a
important.
draft.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a draft. Like you are choosing every single person, and not only them by themselves, but how they work with the other team members, is also really important too. So
Now, who do you put as the first round draft pick? Is it the agent? Is it the lender? Is it the title company? Is it your inspector? Also, I need to angle the chair differently. I don't like the way I'm sitting.
I would say the agent. I mean, I think the agent is the one that brings the most less stress in the situation. Like they are the ones. I mean, the one that has the least amount of stress when it comes to the job. Like they are the fun. Like we are the fun part. We're the fun part of going out, looking at houses, saying, oh my God, I like this. I don't like this. I think, I want this. Or, when I see it in person, it's not the same as the pictures. And it's like going out and having fun. So we do the fun part. So naturally people gravitate towards us because they hear real estate and they hear realtor.
I also think that we are the person that can hold everyone accountable. And I hate using that word.
No.
Not that I hate using that word, but I use it all the time. And I'm like,
really
every time it comes out of my mouth, someo's like, Jesus fucking Christ, not again.
You should get it fucking tattooed on you at this point. Accountability.
I think Liv made the joke that you're going to hold me accountable to that. I made it in the group chat one time. We're like, I'm holding you accountable to getting accountable. I tatted on you. Like, oh God, here we go. But I think we do have a lot of power in home buying, home selling process, right? We can kind of control everyone and keep people on track. We're I don't want to say driving force, but I don't know how else to explain it besides keeping everyone in line.
Yeah, I mean, I think naturally people don't even realize how many different people there are involved, and they just assume realtor and that we do it all and, like do the inspection and, give them the money. And it's like, it's just not that. And just because it's not what you assume, it's not as difficult or as hard to understand as people assume after we do explain it to them. But I think naturally they gravitate towards us because, they hear real estate and they assume realtor.
We also have the ability to set the expectation and educate people. Like if my buyer comes to me with like a lending question, I'm not going to advise on it. I might tell them, hey, this is what might happen. This is what I've seen in the past. This is what I've dealt with in the past. But I want you to chat with your lender so you're getting 100% accurate information. He can kind of talk about his job, right? But I can help facilitate that and kind of lead you in that direction. I feel like, we have a lot of power as agents, and finding the right agent that can help you with all of that, have those resources is very important. Something that like I don't know if this is from the trolley tour, but I seem to find it more there with some people. The stressful part is the inspection.
Yeah.
But I think,
Yeah.
thank God Mike's not sitting here right now. He'd be spamming these buttons. And I don't know if it would just be from the trolley tour. I think it might be people that have like their own idea of what homeownership and how to get there looks like, right? And that's totally fine. Even when we recommend other ideas, it's always for the better of like your experience and your home buying process or home selling process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some people come to us with their own inspector and they're like, hey, I want to use this person like they're my best friend or they're my family member, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, I definitely want to support that person, but is it worth possibly losing a friendship or like a family member over?
Yeah, and I think we've come across as a team where in instances our clients use their own inspector and, you know, reports come back, you know, everything's fine. You know, we get to closing and then 3 days later, you know, water heater breaks.
Right.
So it's like at that point, it's, you know, we'll try to fight for you as much as we can. But at the end of the day, you know, the sellers don't have, you know,
well, I think
they don't need to do anything for you.
Your agent has these resources for a reason.
Yeah.
And not that it's a bad thing that people come into this with this idea of what home ownership and the process looks like, who they're going to use and what have you. But I think coming into this opportunity of buying a home or whatever you're doing, being open to what your agent recommends is important, right? Mm-hmm. If you're kind of tunnel vision on everything that you're doing, I think you're going to miss out on some opportunity and people that really care about the process and can put you, I don't know if in better hands, but like
more trusted hands, more like hands in the sense of like, we will assume responsibilities if anything happens, you know,
and we can like, it's also coming back to like fighting for people, right? Like, if you're using an out-of-state lender, it's relatively difficult for me to do anything. If you're using one that we're partnered with or one that's even local, shoot, if we have a problem, I'll drive down to the office.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's square up, dude. Like,
we know where they live. We know where they live. So.
Oh, God. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
So talking to an agent that you trust, like getting pre-approved, getting your documents together, it can be stressful, but I think if this is a goal of yours, people need to take the time to dedicate to this, right? Like some people, they want to buy a house, but it takes them a month to get all their documents together. So like, how serious are you in this? And like, I still want to support you, but if this is like what you want to do, this is the biggest purchase of your life. You need to put more time to this. Yeah. You know?
I agree. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, like how much time do you dedicate when you're having this a time frame like in your life where you're thinking about changing a job, let's say, and you know, it takes mental effort to get to the point where you're like, okay, I need a job change. Now I need to look for a job. Now I need to see if I'm qualified for the job. And if not, I need to get my resume together.
Right.
And then take the time to go out there, apply to places, you know, go for those training shifts and do what you need to do. So just like how that from point A to point B, there are so many different parts in between that is on you. You know, it's all mental of what I need to do to get to the point of letting people help me.
That's self-accountability, baby.
That's self-accountability. So it's like, you know, there's I think it's mostly the effort that it mentally takes to let people get to that point of, okay, I am fully ready to commit to myself and to let these people, aka us, help me get myself to where I need to be.
And something that helps me with a lot of my goals or things I want to do is writing them down, right? So if someone, you know, wants to buy a home and maybe they're not the most active person in the market or they don't have everything together, well, like write down a list and kind of a timeline. You can also talk with your agent about this. It's like, okay, when do I want to have the documents together? When do I want to start going out and seeing homes? When do I want to, I don't know, do whatever, but having it written down, seeing it becomes your reality. You start checking things off day by day or week by week. Next thing you know, you're pre-approved, you're out touring homes and become a homeowner, right? You're dedicating the time. Now, it doesn't have to all be in one day of getting documents, but like, you know, let's say you're a buyer, we chat today and you're like, okay, in 2 weeks, I want to have all my documents submitted. Okay, then let's start working at it day by day, getting everything kind of in a file. Then we'll ship it out to the lender. We'll get our pre-approval back and then we'll go out and start touring homes, right? Yeah. I think a lot of people put some stuff on the back burner that makes it a little bit more stressful rather than sitting down, coming up with a game plan. And life definitely happens in the home buying process, right? Like you can't just stop your job or stop dealing with family. Yeah. But again, writing it down and having a plan of how to play out and when to have things play out is important.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if anyone else is like this. I'm sure, I'm not the only one, but it's like I get more stressed out if I don't have a plan to get to where I want to be. So if I'm, procrastination is going to happen, everyone procrastinates. Like it's something that I think everyone tries to beat, but
except David Goggins.
No, actually he said,
He did a little bit.
He did a little bit. He
like
did procrastinate. Yes, early on. But everyone goes through that, and everyone has to fight those mental thresholds that they have to go through. So when I want to be somewhere and I'm the only one stopping myself from getting to that goal, it's really frustrating for me. So don't do it.
Another thing like that I've learned from this industry is what's meant to be is what's meant to be, and like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like it'll happen, right?
Yeah.
And I can apply that to like people who've bought a home, and whether things lined up with their lender or like the lender made it kind of tough. I'm like, hey dude, like keep working at getting this document. Like I know you might be stressed out right now. This one example, gentleman Tyler, he had to get his document from like the Marine Corps that he used to be in, his unit, and then submit it to the lender. Well, he couldn't get in contact with anybody at his like unit at the Marines, and he was stressing out because the lender's like, I need it by this day. He's like, dude, I've called everybody. I can't get it. Like, what now? He's like, I don't even know if I can get approved for my loan now. And I'm like, look, keep putting in this hard work. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll make sure I'm here to support you and also the lender. If we need to extend something, we definitely will. But this hard work that you're paying off, it might seem stressful, but it's for a good reason too.
And I think that's what, with us being the first people that they kind of go to, I feel like we also help them walk through that mental threshold of like, just keep going, like persevere. Yeah. It might take, 3 months, 6 months, a year before you get to the point of where you do qualify and already, fully ready with your finances secure to go out and start looking for homes. And like, I think as realtors, we're there for like emotional support, mental support, and kind of just keeping them on track and accountable, to what their goals are.
Accountability comes back again.
Yeah.
I feel like one way we could be looked at is kind of like a coach too for our clients.
Oh, 100%.
It's
Yeah. Because
an
I feel
interesting way.
like coaches, I mean, I only did cheerleading, which, it's throwing bitches is not, what I'm saying?
You say throwing bitches?
Sorry. Can we cuss on this?
We need to make a reel of that.
I guess my cuss is on the show.
We all do.
Okay. Throwing girls is not easy. Okay, guys. Anyways, but I didn't do many sports.
Like high school?
16?
High school?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was freshman year.
Okay.
Varsity.
Cool.
Anyways, I feel like coaches are a lot more than just someone there to hold you accountable, but they're there to like push you and like they know what you're capable of, and like they'll push you past the point of comfort, and because they know what your worth is. And
I feel like at this point we should just reread the
also
David Goggins book line for line on this microphone right now.
No, but I also feel like they're there like as an emotional support as well, because buying a house is scary, like it's one of the biggest purchases that someone's going to make.
Trust and communication, I think, are the biggest things.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like if you don't vibe with your realtor, and not like vibe like, oh yeah, we're so cool, like we're so like such good friends, like not that vibe. Like if you generally don't like, if you are on the phone with your realtor and you generally don't feel a connection, like this person cares about me, this person knows my situation and wants the best for me, and isn't talking in a monotone, like just looking at a
shots fired. Damn.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, do you talk in monotone?
I feel like I do a lot.
And this is what we talked about this last. I mean, I think it was like 2 weeks ago where you were like, I think I need to change my voice.
Did I?
Yeah, because you were like, I feel like I talk really monotone.
I don't remember that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, but anyways, if you generally don't feel that warmth, and again, if you're not the type of person like to feel that warmth with the person, that deep connection, like cool, that's you, that's what you desire. But like if you seek that and you're not getting it, like there is a realtor out there that would provide that for you.
Could you imagine if there was like a Tinder but for like realtors and their clients to
oh my
find
gosh,
the right
that we should make that.
one? Did I just come up with $1 million idea?
Dude.
Like
we need to fucking
like you could have your like Tinder profile, but it would be for real estate, and then you can have all your like attributes, your characteristics,
We
like
should
who
look
you
that
are.
up, see if it's a thing after this podcast, and then fucking trademark it.
That'd be wild. And then imagine if you had like you as the realtor, you had to like excite the person that swiped right on you. That would be your client, and then you'd have like a
that kind
realtor
of sounded
pickup
weird.
line.
Why did you say that? Excite them?
Well, like I don't know, like because they're going to be looking at other realtors, and then they're going to be matching with other realtors. So how are you going to stand out?
What makes you different from other realtors?
No. But you would have to say something to like maybe initiate the conversation, just like
I feel like
a pickup line on
I feel
Tinder.
like my go-tos would be like a SpongeBob meme, but that wouldn't apply to everybody. You know?
For like real estate though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a brand new idea. I've never thought about what
Yeah,
I would
feel
say.
like
I don't know.
You know what? I take back my answer. I'll give you a better one next week.
We got a lot going on next
We
week.
do. We're already planning.
That's actually not a bad idea.
That sounded like a good sound effect to like the Coca-Cola. You said,
You guys get your dreams ruined?
Huh?
You're doing your dreams ruined?
What do you mean dreams
July
ruined?
7th, 2021. A new app called Casablanca is positioning itself as the Tinder of real estate.
So it's already out there?
You
Wait,
know,
what is it called?
there was once a saying that
Casablanca?
your thoughts have already been thought. So
Damn.
you're not
Wait,
original.
what? So it's just called Casablanca,
Yeah, and nobody's ever
and it's
used it.
an app.
It came out like 3 years ago.
It has 4. Is it like the?
Mm-mm.
You don't see it on the App
I
Store?
just Googled it. I didn't look at what the app looks like.
The new app Casablanca is positioning itself as the Tinder of real estate. But I feel like what I'm getting from like the
Yeah, this looks more like it's about houses.
like you swipe right on homes, but not your agent.
Not your agent. We're looking for some personal.
We have some market
connection.
share there. I feel like we could go for. You know, what if we combined with them? You know, partnership.
Partnership.
Yeah.
Casablanca.
Then
if you're hearing this, partnership with us.
Let's take over the real estate world.
We got some great ideas
We're
over on the
taking
Frank
Zillow
Oliver
down.
team.
There you go.
What do you think? This is like totally off topic. Not really, but like kind of. What do you think of the David Goggins book so far? Can't hurt me for those that are listening.
It makes me feel like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie to
It's
you.
good. That's good.
And you know what? I invite you to listen to the audiobook only because they did a feature where I don't know if you've heard his podcast from it.
Like his reading, or like he has like an episode or something.
So during the audiobook, he pretty much speaks with the person that's reading it. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. And it's this journalist pretty much. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And so the journalist reads his book, and they pretty much like after a few, let's say 10 pages, like 10, 15
Does David
pages.
Goggins like fucking scream?
No,
Like,
no,
you
he's
know?
actually very like well mannered,
Oh
like
yeah.
and very like low toned,
Yeah.
like just pretty sound.
I mean,
he
I don't
seems pretty
know if
chill.
you've seen him on any like podcasts. Like he's been on Rogan a couple times. He's been on. I think he's talked to Andrew Huberman a couple times as well. Maybe even Jocko. But he's been on a handful of shows. And
Yeah.
he's just like
But,
very
like,
chill, composed. Like,
yeah, but like in between the book, there would be something drastic that happens, right?
Like-
The whole book is fucking drastic.
yeah.
There's something like like meaningful that happens, and like you read it, and it's just another thing that happens in his life, and the audiobook would stop and be like, it's them talking in real time. So they're reading the book in real time and talking in real time, and they'll stop and they'll converse on what the book had just been read. And so you'll
That's kinda
see,
cool.
you'll see, you hear his perspective on, after reading back, and just his perspective on that time frame in his life. And it's really,
Yeah.
really cool. So
That
I
is
definitely
pretty
invite
neat.
you to, read the audiobook. I mean, hear the audiobook.
Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing, but I feel
Yeah.
like, I mean, hearing his perspective, like I read it and give my own, but I'm always like all ears when it comes to hearing different ideas or how he felt about certain things. And like the takeaway that I'll have reading it versus listening to something that he might say on that live or not live, but what is it? The audiobook. It could be two totally different things. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of why I wanted to read it again, because I feel like I got so much of it last year, but then now the challenges that I faced last year might not be as big as they were then, and the challenges that I'm facing this year are a different beast or a different monster, right? And how can I apply that book and the information I got from it there to now these things in 2023? Not that they're like awful, but like everyone has
they're
challenges
just
and
different.
stuff like ways to grow, right? How can I reapply that to the things that are going
Mhm.
on today?
Yeah.
But book's great. It's definitely like tries to get you to be brutally honest with yourself, like the 100%
does.
responsibility that you
Mhm.
take on your life. If you guys have not read it yet, definitely get the book. And we are not like partnered, no shot. That'd be cool. Goggins, guys.
This is not sponsored by
We
David
need
Goggins.
to be. The amount of times that I talk about it, Goggins. We need to get you on here, dude.
Yeah.
That would be fucking wild. Also, he needs to go to the next Tom Berry event.
Yeah,
Summit
that
this
would be
year.
great.
We thought he was going to go this past year in 2022. Michael lied. But also, I feel like he was just pulling shit out of his ass to hype us up.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's
definitely
like,
pulling
oh,
shit out of
Goggins
his
going?
ass.
Yeah, okay, I'll be there. I'll be front row. But yeah, that would be cool to see him at Summit. I know he was there a couple years back, but
Yeah.
book is awesome.
Yeah, I love the book, and I think, I think accountability is one of them. But I think for me right now, I'm on the chapters more of where it's a mental game for him. Like mentally, he has seen his life and lived his life of where he is today, and he thought he had lived through the worst, or the most mental capacity he thought he could take.
So are you around like the 40% rule or the 60% or 40% rule? I think it's 40% rule.
I think I'm on the chapter where it says the rule, because it says the rule at the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
So I think I'm on the chapter of where he's running the not the first big race, but now he's running the marathon after running that big race.
That shit's crazy.
That's just fucking crazy, dude. And it just like, not only does it make me feel like a bitch, but it makes me feel like
I can do so much more.
I could do so much more. And I used to think I think I'm functioning normally at like 60%, 60% capacity. And after reading this book, I feel like I'm functioning at 30% capacity.
I think a lot of people live their life to get by, right? They have this idea of what getting by looks like, and then that's how they plan their job, their social life, their family life, like getting by, right?
Yeah.
This book, I think, helps you plan on how to grow, rather than just take the path of least resistance, like he talks about, and just kind of cruising on through.
Yeah.
Which was something that, like, I don't want to say I did entirely, but I was probably more like just getting by at one point in my life, like years back, especially in college, working at the bar. And now I have this like direction, this purpose, goal, and everything that I want to accomplish. And so now I'm living it with much more intention, I should say.
That's great.
Yeah, it's cool. But if you guys want to join our book club, we are meeting, I think it's February 20th. It's the first Monday. We're meeting also at what's the coffee joint in
Where we take
Harbor
pictures?
East? Huh?
Where we
No. Ceremony Coffee, I think, in Harbor East. We'll be meeting there at 7 a.m. We'll have a Zoom link as well if you would like to join. I think it's going to be a lot of good conversation, chatting about the book, chatting about life, and kind of the things that we take away from it. And again, hearing all the perspectives from people on our team, people that are outside of it. I think it's going to be amazing. So if you guys want to join us, shoot us a DM or private message, whatever you want to do. We can send you the link and get you out there. Be a good time.
Join the 7 a.m. fun.
Yeah.
For some David Goggins
I will be
talk.
caffeinated and ready to go. I'm excited. Anything else?
No, I think that is pretty much it. Join us on our to our new home buyer event this weekend, February 11th. Let us know if you would like to join. We will send you the link.
Yeah.
Christian will be presenting.
Yeah, I'm
Mike.
super excited about that. Let's go.
If he has an anxiety attack, we'll be taking over.
Yeah, if I have a heart attack and pass out, can someone have 911 on speed dial?
It's going to be great.
But yeah, catch us at our home buyer event February 11th from 11 to 1. We'll see you there. If you need anything, you can reach me on Instagram at Christian the Deadhead. Email christian@frankoliverco.com, and then 443-975-8626. Andrea, how can they reach you?
Hey guys, you can reach me on Instagram or TikTok, Andrea_Soto. Also email Andrea@frankoliverco.com. Wait, Andrea.
Email at what?
Andrea@frankoliverco.com. Right? And then
I think so, right?
Text message 443-668-7776.
Awesome. We'll catch you guys soon.
Peace out.